That's not it at all. Lisa took a big breath, as though she were fighting something down. What is it, then? That is it. I don't know. I only have a feeling that something is awfully wrong inside my head. I hear people. Talking, inside. Coffee, Mary Nell? Mrs. Schilling offered. No thanks, Mrs. Schilling, MN answered. Listen to me, Lisa shouted. Everyone did. I think I'm going crazy, Lisa said again. I think I'm going out of my mind. Could we get some help or something? Like what? Her mother asked. You've mentioned this before, but you never say what you want to do about it. MN was startled. This was the first time she'd ever heard Lisa say anything about this. Besides, Mrs. Schilling went on, I think it's very rude of you to discuss this sort of thing when we have guests. Oh, MN smiled sheepishly. Don't mind me, really. Since you don't pay any attention to me when we're alone, Lisa protested, I thought you might with other people around. All right, Miss Schilling sighed. What is it you think you need? Well, said Lisa, calmer, quiet but not hopeful. Maybe a psychiatrist or someone. She added quickly, it wouldn't have to be an expensive one, just someone who would understand and know what to do. You've seen too many movies, Mrs. Schilling said. Who else has a psychiatrist, Lisa, in your class? Her mother wanted to know. How should I know? Lisa said, clenching her teeth, trying to smile politely. I don't imagine it's the kind of thing people talk much about. I think it's exactly the kind of thing people do talk about, dear, said her mother, ringing a little silver dinner bell for the maid and smiling knowledgeably. Daddy, please, Lisa said, straining, please, could you talk to someone or get a doctor or maybe just do anything? All right, honey, as soon as I get back from Minneapolis, he said pleasantly and got up from the table. Mary Nell said that Lisa just sat and stared at her father as he walked away. She started to turn toward her mother to say something, but changed her mind. MN thought it might have been tears that stopped her. And then Mary Nell saw Lisa's head begin to shake, ever so slightly. Not shake exactly, quiver, up and down, from the chin. It was like palsy, MN said. After a moment, Lisa too stood up and excused herself. Then she ran upstairs. In her room, Lisa threw herself onto her bed and pulled up into a pony position, on all fours, her sobs beginning the motion. Slowly at first, and then faster and faster, she began to rock back and forth, rhythmically, smashing her head into the headboard. MN stood in the hallway, listening through the door, before she eased it open. Chapter 2. My name is Betsy Goodman, and I count less than almost anyone else in this whole story. What that means is that I'm not overconfident about things. It's nothing like a huge complex or anything. A lot of books say it's common in people my age, which is 15. I'm not what you could call ravishingly beautiful, except for my teeth. These, as my father will be the first to tell you, are $3,000 perfect. I'm about average height, 5'4", and I have dark, straight hair that falls to my shoulders without a hint of the slightest natural curl. My eyes are big, brown, and nearsighted, and when I absolutely have to, I wear glasses. Years ago, my eye doctor told me that big, beautiful eyes are almost always nearsighted. It's the kind of well-meant statement that just rolls around and rankles like crazy when you're in front of a mirror looking into a horn-rimmed face. The only other thing that's even vaguely interesting about me is my ambition. I do not want to be anything special. Just what I think I'd be good at. Being married. Maybe with a couple of kids and a really groovy-looking husband, living on a beach in California, reading about other special people who wanted to be something more and were. Right now, what I am is plain, single, and alive on Long Island, if you can stand it. But I am sort of simple, which, when you find out more about some of the other people involved with Lisa Schilling and about Lisa herself, is probably a very good thing. To begin with, there's Mary Nell Fickett, who used to...